Welcome to the kindergarten parent training for September. Today we'll talk about some tips for kindergarten parents in teaching your kiddos at home, as well as how to support them in literacy at school. A little bit about me. My name is Melinda Marshall. I've been teaching language arts for 14 years now. This is my first year at Rock Prairie, but I love teaching literacy, teaching little kids how to read, watching them grow. It's just such an amazing thing. Okay, before we begin, I'm going to take you through the College Station ISD resources. And so I'll take you through the units of study for reading and writing in kindergarten, as well as where to find the high frequency words, so that way you know what your child is doing in reading and writing for that 9 weeks and what you can do to work on them with them at home. Now, to find the curriculum for College Station ISD, you're going to go to the go.csisd.org website. You will click on the tab that says Curriculum, and for Reading Language Arts, you're going to click on the RLA Curriculum tab, and it will take you down or over to another page. This is the Reading Language Arts homepage, and there is a little button for each grade level. So for yours, you're going to click on kindergarten, and it's going to take you to the kindergarten curriculum page. So there are many different buttons that you can look at on this page or click on. There's the printable curricular calendar. There's your kindergarten sight words, and then your high frequency words for all grade levels. If you scroll down, you'll see the curricular calendar at a glance that you can look at. You can click on it, you can download it. This is just basically a summary of what the kids are doing each 9 weeks. If you keep scrolling down, you will notice that there's Reading UOS, which means Unit of Study. There's a Word Study button, and there's also Writing. You can click on any of these units to figure out what your child is learning in reading, word study, and writing for each 9 weeks. It just goes through units, and it will tell you exactly what they're going to be doing, making predictions, questioning, and it will also give you links of the different lessons and activities that the kids are working on in their classroom. So you can do this for word study, and you can also do this for writing for the different units. It's going to look the exact same way. The good thing about the kindergarten is there's a section on teaching letters and sounds, and we're going to talk a little bit about that in the training today, but there's going to be some resources that you can use there as well. Okay, if you scroll back up to the top of the page, you'll notice that there's a button for kindergarten sight words and also for the College Station ISD high frequency words for all grade levels. If you click on kindergarten, it will give you a list of all the kindergarten words you can print out and practice with your child. And if you click on the College Station ISD list, it'll give you a color-coded list of all the high frequency words for each grade level, kindergarten being in red. Okay, to start off, we're going to start with the 5 essential components of reading. And so those include phonemic awareness, phonics, reading fluency, vocabulary development, and reading comprehension. And in kindergarten, there is a huge stressor on phonemic awareness and phonics. And so those are the 2 areas that we're going to really cover today. I'm going to share ideas of what your child's doing in the classroom and how you can help support those things at home for your child as a beginning reader. Okay, so we're going to start talking first about phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness is recognizing and using individual sounds to create words. So really it's all oral. It's what you can hear. What sounds can you hear? Can you make those sounds with your mouth? And so some of the things that you can do at home to support phonemic awareness are thinking of words that start with certain sounds. So let's play a game. How many words can we think of that start with the sound duh? Or how many words can we think of that start with t? Or can you tell me a word that starts with mm? Another thing that you can do that would be fun is make up silly sentences that begin with the same sound. So for example, nobody was nice to Nancy's neighbor. and then together come up with some other silly sentences with the same initial sounds. Play simple rhyming or blending games, such as coming up with words that rhyme. So cap and map. Can you think of another word that rhymes with cap and map, or hat and cat? Or also blending simple words. So if you say the sounds in a word and having your child try to determine what that word is. So if you said, I'm thinking of a word, the sounds are d, ah, g. What word is that? And then they would have to tell you the word is dog. And then the last thing is just reading books with rhymes, short poems, or even songs. Pulling out the rhyming words in the poems and the songs, looking at words that start with certain letters. And so all of those different things can help your child with phonemic awareness. It's just listening for those sounds and being able to say those sounds in a way that you want them to. So after phonemic awareness, we want to make sure that the kids are familiar with phonics. And so phonics is recognizing the relationship between written letters and spoken sounds. So it's looking at the written language instead of hearing the language like phonemic awareness is. And so some of the things that you can do at home are pretty simple. You want to make sure that you begin with the letters in your child's name to start with. Your name is Mark. That starts with M, and do activities that start with that first letter of their name, M. Use environmental print. Environmental print is everywhere. Those are the signs that you see for stores. Those are the brand names that you see in the stores. So, for example, look, there's an M in the McDonald's sign. What does M say? Or look, there's a Snickers bar as you're checking out. What letters do you see in the Snickers bar? And then there's ABC songs that you can sing. YouTube has an incredible gallery of all the ABC Mouse alphabet songs for free. And so if you go to the link that's on here, it will take you to those alphabet songs. So all you have to do is search ABC Mouse alphabet songs, and they all come up here. You can go through every single letter. So if your child is struggling with letter D, you can have them listen to the letter D sound. They're really fun, they're really catchy, and they really enjoy listening to them. So it's a fun thing that they can do on the iPad, they can do it on the computer, they can do it on your phone whenever you're sitting waiting somewhere, just listening to the alphabet songs. Another easy activity that you can do at home is matching the capital letter with the lowercase letter. So many of the capital and lowercase letters look different. Like the A looks different, the B's look different, C's look the same. And so just coming up with different ideas. You can play matching games. And then I have some other activities in pictures in a minute that I'll show you that you can do, but just making sure that they can match those uppercase and lowercase letters. There is a really easy, fun alphabet bingo game that you can go and download from this website called Crazy Little Projects. It's free. You can print it. You can play bingo with your kids. It's something easy that you can do with them. You can play games in the car or while you're making dinner. There's a lowercase bingo. There's the uppercase bingo. And so those are all easy, accessible printables that you can use to teach your child the letters and the sounds that they make. So instead of giving them, oh, can you find the M for me, and then putting a marker on the M, you might say, can you find the letter that says M, or can you find the letter that says S? And then that way you're reiterating the letter names and sounds at the same time. Another activity that's really fun to do is a hopscotch. And so there is a website that just has ideas about letter hopscotch, or 101 ways to teach the alphabet. And so what they did was they just put the hopscotch on the sidewalk, and they put letters in there that they were trying to learn, and then played hopscotch with them. Can you go find the letter X? Let's go hop to the letter X. And then it'll also give you little things that you can do with your child as well. And then other links of other ways that you can teach them the alphabet. There are several phonics apps that you can download on your tablet or on your phone, and some of them are free, some of them may be may cost a little bit of money, but they're really good. And so it gives you the name of the app, and then it'll give you a little description of what that app does. And so there's several of those to look through and to choose from to help your child learn letters and sounds. And then lastly, as far as phonics goes, you want to make sure that you, when they're ready for it, teaching them word family activities. And so there are several things that you can do. You can make the words with Play-Doh. There's using cookie sheets with magnetic letters. Let's use Legos for the different word families. Like this one had them sort the at, the ac, and op families into towers. And so it will give you links and lots of different fun activities that you can do. This one is a word family fishing game that looks a lot of fun with ping pong balls, water, and little nets. So phonics and phonemic awareness are really the underlying way that we teach the kids reading and writing. They need to know their letters and their sounds. They need to know that letters make sounds. So that way when they're writing, they can say, oh, I know mom starts with the sound M says and so then they would want to write an M. Both of them really go hand in hand, and it's really the basic thing that they need in order to start reading. I've included a few pictures here for you for some other activities that you can do. This is just the Lego activity. This one's building simple sight words with Lego. So if you have extra Mega Blocks or Legos laying around the house, this is something that you could do with them for fun. Another really easy thing that I've seen done before are the spoons. And so they write the capital letter on the white spoon and then the lowercase letter on the clear spoon, and then they have to go and match them up. And so that was a fun hands-on activity that the kids can do that's really cheap and easy to make. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is reading comprehension. So once they have all of those basic phonics and phonemic awareness skills, you want to make sure that they're able to understand a story read aloud to them or understand stories that they're reading. And so reading comprehension is just acquiring strategies to understand, remember, and communicate what is read. And so what does this look like in kindergarten? Well, how do I know that they're understanding what I'm reading to them, or how do I know that they're understanding what they are reading? One of those things that you can do are picture walks before reading. So a picture walk, you just take a book and without reading the words, you look at all the pictures. Let's tell the story by looking at the pictures. What do you think is happening? Look at the girl. How does she look? How does she feel? And then telling the story in your own words before you're actually reading the text. And this is something that you can do at home when you're reading with your child. Doing a picture walk before you read. What do you think it's going to be about? Retelling the story in your own words. So after reading the story, after looking at the pictures, after reading the story, let's go back and retell the story. What happened first? Oh, okay. So then what happened after that? And what happened at the end? Let's go back and retell the story in order. And so when they listen to a story read out loud or when they read a story themselves, retelling is really important in knowing that they can understand what they've read. Making predictions. What's going to happen next? How do you know that? So as you're reading a book to your child or as your child is reading to you, stop and make predictions wherever you see fit. Oh goodness, look what just happened. What do you think is going to happen now? Why do you think that's going to happen? How do you know? Let's keep reading and find out. Okay, so we talked a little bit about reading at home during the previous slide, but we want to make sure that we are rereading favorite stories. We're building confidence for these young readers. Show them that reading is fun. Read in front of them and enjoy reading together. So at the end of the year, kindergarten is expected to be at a reading level C. And so what does this look like? Well, it's looking at picture books. It's very familiar, easy content. They are starting to introduce dialogue. So they will say mom said or dad said. And then mostly it's 2 to 5 lines of text on each page. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, please